All right, so yesterday I wasn't able to do it because I was a little under the weather. I had to look at migraine and everything. So today I'm doubling up. But instead of doing two separate videos, I'm going to do it all back to back. So I'm doing pool and abs. Since today would be normally abs. So that's where we're at today. Let's get it cracking.
Oh man, the Alphabet Boys are not going to like this video. So today, I just discovered this.
When practical talk about thin privilege, this is what we're talking about.
Howdy y'all, welcome to Couple Convos. The conversation today is about phobia in fashion, plus size fashion issues, things like that. We caught some stuff from TikTok and Reddit, so it should be
All right,
fun.
so I'm also going to be doing a little mix and match with the weights.
Use
Some are going to be a little bit heavier since I'm getting stronger, but
shop at TikTok.
some are going to be a little bit lighter because of my shoulder.
This is what we're talking about.
So,
The majority of fat people will
but
wear
for the most part,
clothes until they're
the
enough. Because plus size clothing is
the
so
bicep
expensive
curls
and
are going
so
to be my normal
difficult to find,
35 pound
we're
weight.
not
Upright rows, I'm
going
going to do the
into
25
because we
pound
want to change our
each
aesthetic.
shoulder.
In
Shrugs are
fact,
going to
I
be a
would
little
argue
bit
that
heavier
having an
with
aesthetic
the
is also
50-pound
privilege.
kettlebells.
I can't find my size
Alternating
at thrift stores.
alternating
I can barely
bicep
find
curls are
my
going to be
size
the
at
regular
regular
35s.
stores.
And the kneeling
Frankly,
rows are going to be
getting
my 50-pound
55 plus size
kettlebell
clothing in
instead of the
thrift
35-pound
stores to upcycle.
dumbbells.
And I'm not trying to
So,
buy our clothes.
and then
Like,
right after that,
really small.
we're doing
So it's supposed to
abs,
be a size
which
26
is leg
on the
raises,
front side,
windshield
looking measured
wipers,
closer to a
back
size 20.
extensions,
But I don't
and
see you talking about
hollow
any of this.
holds. I'm going
I
to
just
save
see
the
you
hollow
being
hold for
judgmental.
last
And if I had
because
more time on this video, I'd call out
that
your impulse
motherfucker
as
is a
well.
beast.
So not only does it that's the point,
All right,
but they
let's
come
get
with
it.
some things too. If it is true that
Turn
most
on
fashion
the
designers hate their
lights.
clothes because they are worn to shreds, then how are skinny people taking off them? Are there less plus size clothes in thrift stores because they aren't being donated, or because these people take them off for an aesthetic or upcycling? Which is it? I find this to be a regional issue, honestly. Where I live, the plus sizes in thrift stores tend to be loaded, although medium, small, and large are harder to find. This is likely because I live in a college area where the school is known to be like one of the best in athletic lifestyle. It got ranked in the healthiest campus list a couple years ago. So it makes sense that there aren't as many people buying plus size clothes as opposed to if we went somewhere else that isn't student in athletic heavy. The point the person in the original TikTok was trying to make was that we should be more mindful of what clothes we buy, where they're from, and how much clothing we toss out because it isn't trendy anymore. The TikTok was addressing overconsumption and pollution of most clothing companies.
So
Originally, it was the way that only having access to a thrift store at sustainable brands would be expensive as a privilege. I promise you, we are in a post world. Aesthetics can be done if you want to be creative, and aesthetics aren't more important than overconsumption anyways. I do my best to not buy clothes from the average store. I mainly get the stuff I wear from Goodwill because it's cheaper and it makes me feel better to reuse something because friends of mine used. Sometimes I go and it's a total miss. There's nothing I like in my size as I fall into what seems to be the majority of customers. And I leave and
all right,
it's not really
one
fixed.
down,
I
three to go.
promise there isn't enough clothing in this world for all of us. What is honestly that she obviously isn't the target audience. She is someone who doesn't or can't be recognized. There's always outliers. There are always people who can't do something. Doesn't mean that action itself is some huge problem worthy of tackling a stranger over. A stranger who's just advocating for people being mindful for shopping. The original creator can constantly do it on everything, and that's annoying as well because she has nothing to be sorry about. This bad activist person who got thousands of views went viral and basically made a little mob against a person who did literally nothing wrong. I hate the internet sometimes. I truly do. This next TikTok is POV TikTok, where that person tells this new person they shop at Shein or Shein. Shein or Shein. I'm gonna go Shein. Okay.
I shop at Shein. You're a fucking disgusting piece of shit. I have to shop there because it's one of the only places where the ratings are giving me to go. Yeah, you're still a piece of shit.
If you don't know, Shein is a suspiciously cheap clothing website that has been known for unsafe and abusive working conditions, like worse than your average factory clothing job that also trains workers. Because of this, there has been a lot of pushback against people buying from Shein, especially those doing tutorials. Shein is relatively new when it comes to popularity, so I don't know if people like her are acting like they had to live completely new or if this wasn't inclusive. Fashionable clothing isn't some human right. It isn't something you're entitled to. And just very entitled.
Two down,
Not
two to
care
go.
about horrific working conditions because you want some poorly made plus size clothing that fits some more shirt. We all participate in buying from unethical sources. It's basically impossible to completely avoid that. But when it comes to things as insignificant as cute clothes, I don't understand why that is more important than not giving into these horrific companies. Imagine you're like a sweatshop child at a shoe factory, and this woman walks up to you and is all, thanks for making those clothes, I swear. Sorry your working conditions and pay are absolutely great, but I really needed it out now it's time. Like, what? Again, I understand you can't ever avoid consuming products that don't come from this location. The tablet I'm typing this on probably has some smoke on it. I'm drinking a Pepsi product too. I'm sure there's issues there. But I don't support people who use really dumb excuses as a justification. I honestly respect you more if you just acknowledge the issue and just say you care more about fashion than sweatshopping. Like, that is more bearable to listen to as opposed to putting out these fantasies that if Shein didn't exist would be amused. Just say you don't care. Own it. You aren't the victim. Shein is worse when it comes to labor issues than like Walmart, H&M, Target, or other mainstream clothing companies. That is why it's talked about so much, and people are advocating against buying from them. Also, all the people I see defend Shein appear to have a lot of clothes already and don't seem to be scraping the bucket financially when ordering their hundreds of dollars hauls. This is just a screenshot of TikTok because, music.
Three down, one to go.
That have done this, and it's her in the dressing room. The text on the screen says, quote, sick of seeing people taking plus size items. I'm going to start taking their straight size sweaters and wearing them as crop tops. This is a line for women outfitters. Miller is at this now. End quote. It's honestly funny to me because I don't think the majority of straight size people are gonna give a crap. Your money, the clothes exist for whoever wants to buy them. There's enough fabric in this world for everyone. If it's something you're legit willing to wear, get it. No one is gonna miss it once you wear it came from. I just thought that was kind of silly. This next TikTok is one of those shocking Karen reenactments of someone who had to deal with an entitled person who thinks everything is not perfect.
Woman walks up holding a shirt. Hey, you ready to check out? Obviously, I'm making a return, but yeah, I'm ready. I'm sorry, I just thought you got the shirts in yesterday. You know what? My God, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not impressed with that. Okay. And what was the reason for the return? Are you kidding? No, the computer asked me that question. Why was there something wrong with it? Was it defective? No, sweetie, it didn't fit.
Another good
I'm
pump
sorry,
today.
why did I check in the back, see if there's any additional sizes? You know what size you're looking for? I thought you said you got these shipped in yesterday. Are you hiding plus size stuff in the back? No, honestly, just gonna be first and check it. If not, why don't you see a single plus size item on the floor here? You don't want me shopping here? Is my cat body ruining your image? What? No. Whoever doesn't send us any plus size stuff, so the only thing that we get in is gonna be customer returns, but I'm more than happy to bring out a rack for you of everything in your size if you wanna look. Why are you laughing? Something funny about your precious little store. I'm so
Alright.
sorry, I laugh.
It's time for a 2-minute break.
Look, you have all this stuff you could bring me. Why isn't it out on the floor for everyone? So have us wait until there's enough of it, and then we bring it all out at once, and that'll include any customer returns, not just plus size. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Then a little corporate drone, huh? You actually care if you have it out all the time. I 100% agree that all of our stores but
Now it's time to make me a little bit of tea.
I like your coffee, but no solution. So I'll give you one. You can tell your boss to order some. It's not to her either. We never know what we're being sent until we open the box. I'll tell you just how easy it is to make change by getting you fired. What's your name? Ramona. Last name? No.
Now, this could be a love story, who knows, it's internet. But with what I see from the very intense and rapid voracious people, I wouldn't be shocked if this was an encounter someone had. If you work in retail and have an encounter like this, please tell me your experience. But the whole, you don't want my cat on here thing is a common talking point when brands without Whole Foods or H&M or whatever food you have. This movement is just breeding from parents that retail companies will take your load. And to follow what it's not putting with plus size clothing, here is a TikTok that I'm showing just because it reminded me of an important point when talking about this. This person I actually follow, and I really like her content. This TikTok is a total joke. She says it's a joke in the comments. She isn't being serious, so you know what is happening.
Jeans. Why do you give me so much money for my butt? But other than Max, there's nothing extra for my condition. My front butt, the place where your ass really gets here. It should not be this close to put on jeans. It's that will get around.
Again, this is just a bitch she's doing with like her style sarcasm. But this does bring up an issue when looking at your sizes, as in like 3x, 4x, 5x, and up. There are actual people who will make those jeans work.
Alright.
So I want to point out
Upright rows, one arm, upright rows.
people that have a lot of extra fat. Predicting where that fat is going to go for the majority of people is hard to do. And that's because everyone's distribution is different. Like this girl on TikTok, it seems her issue is that her fat is more on the front than the back, so the pants are only going to fit. While someone else, her same pant size, may have the opposite situation. When making a store clothing, like straight size clothing from extra small to extra large, the issue of extra fat isn't as problematic when just that
Down, 3 to go.
of the clothing is going to be. So when people get legit angry over plus size clothes or not being mid-size or not fitting right across the board, it's just silly. Fat doesn't go to the same place in each person. Where I store the majority of my fat and where my brother stores his fat are completely different. This isn't an issue of inclusivity or homophobia, it's just normalizing here. And speaking of companies in plus size clothing, here is a Twitter thread that was posted on the subreddit Fat Logic that I wanted to share as it relates to today's theme. So the original tweet at HTML says, quote, I'm starting my clothing line and oh my fucking god, it's gonna cost me over $30,000 to get up to a size 3X. I was hoping to go up to a 6X when I launched, but I don't see myself getting 100 today. I'm going to try my very best to make this happen. I see why new brands aren't. End quote. It keeps going, but since it was a screenshot, I couldn't I wanted to read the whole thing, but you get the gist. This person would have to pay over $30,000 as a startup business owner to get clothing up to a 3X. They obviously want to go up to that, even higher, but the money just isn't there. Now, you would think that
2 down, 2 to go.
it's a lot of money. Understandable that at first you wouldn't have a bunch of extra sizes. But this is the internet, folks, so of course it's a problem. Someone quoted this tweet being upset, and it led to a conversation thread. The quote here said, quote, I'm saying this as a skinny person if you're not going to be inclusive, just stand and quote. And so somebody replied, she is, she just may not be able to do all sizes right away. God forbid she just gives you all the heads on go. And then the original quoter of the tweet said, to be honest, I think if she were really trying to be inclusive, she'd start with the people who are most excluded from fashion and work down to those of us who are more most included. But why am I expecting some like you to understand that? And then the other person replied saying, so you want her to exclude the most popular sizes to make minority group happy and build her business before we even started? Y'all really just angry with it. I'm sorry, I just found that something funny. And so the angry person replied, I like how you, a white, managed to find anger in my response. Mind you, I'm saying this as a skinny person myself, but it seems to be dedicated to defending her cause, you and everyone's wishes about this. Have fun with that. Hope she gives you a discount for your dedication. And then the rational person replied, what does my skin color have to do with anything? I'm not dedicated to anything to her. I'm just not sure why some of you are blatantly ignoring common sense and logic. If you want to stay mad and miserable though, you do that. And that's a different one. So obviously I'm in support of a person with common sense. It is wild that even something being argued about, there are very some people brought up into it, and I'm someone who's not at all against or uncomfortable with discussing racial issues and biases and some part of life, but I got whiplash trying to connect being white to this conversation. Maybe I'm being ignorant, but I think the person who got upset over their original tweet just wanted to mention it to have some sort of leg to stand on. It doesn't work, but they tried. Anyway, this is just ridiculous. Let's put this in the context of something else. So, let's say a bread company is starting and they want to make the average bread most people can consume just fine, but also want to make gluten-free, egg-free, and other allergy-free options. Now, as someone who is gluten-free, that it's expensive. It involves more specific ingredients and someone who knows what they are doing when they can't rely on gluten. If a bread company starting up wants to eventually make allergen-friendly options, but can't afford the cost, that's completely understandable. I promise that if a company thinks something will be immediately profitable, they'll do it. They aren't holding back the gluten-free bread or plus-size clothes because they hate people with celiac disease or fat people and don't want their money. It's just business 101 that don't overestimate how much you're going to sell first. You don't just spend $30,000 and hope you get it back. Like, would you drop thousands of dollars on money you don't even have on making a product you aren't confident will sell? There are investors involved in these too. People get degrees to deal with stuff. It isn't as simple as making what you want, regardless of price and profit. It doesn't end there though. Someone else quotable and said, quote, you could low-key just not sell extra small to large. Like you're not going to sell 4X beyond. If we live in a world where we're not selling multiple sizes as possible, we can also live in a world where we don't sell smaller sizes, to be honest. Fatphobia is the safest with clothes. You can't imagine a line where 4X doesn't exist, but can't even fathom a line where the tiny sizes don't exist.
All right, 3 down, 1 to go.
So the solution to this inequality is that they cancel the sizes that are going to sell the most and just sell plus size ones instead. How is that helpful? Again, let's use a bread example. It's like if I told Panera Bread to only use gluten-free bread because we can live in a world where gluten isn't sold, and I just told them, you can imagine a bread line with every options, but can't fathom a line where regular bread doesn't exist. There are specifically gluten-free companies, just like there are plenty of plus-size only companies. They have a specific audience. The person starting the business in the original tweet is clearly trying to cater to as many people as they can. So, a large audience, unknown. I think getting mad over this stuff in general is dumb, but I understand it more if this anger was towards a huge company rather than a literal startup goes like this. I'm going to start discussing certain topics along with my usual theme of content. So if there's anything that you think I should cover in terms of internet drama, world issues, whatever, let me know. You can comment here or message me on Instagram or Twitter, which are both linked below. Thanks again for stopping by the ranch. I will see y'all the next one.
This is way too much food for one person. I really hope she's at least sharing the giant quantity of food.
That's it.
I'd encourage you to watch it to the end because it gets pretty good towards the end. It always seems impossible until it's done. 2 years, 137 pounds lost, and I no longer think it's impossible. Let's start with what everyone enjoys. Here's my before and after. And a side picture. At 2 years ago, I was 273 pounds and wearing a size 24.
Alright.
Today, I'm 136.
Railroad's done. Next are shrugs, which I'm going to do with the kettlebells after my 2-minute break.
I've been at the weight since I was a child. I'd have to go back to 5th grade to remember a time when I weighed less than I do now. I tried and failed, tried and given up, tried and failed to ED, and then just gave up. However, 2 years ago, my mom had a massive heart attack and almost died at 59. My dad died of a heart attack at 65. Everyone in my family was obese and had a myriad of health issues, mostly heart and diabetes related. My health was the last here, not just physical health. My mental health was awful. I hated and was disgusted with myself. I couldn't look in the mirror and be happy. Still, I didn't want to die. I didn't want to be thinking how at 29 my life was almost half over if I continued on this path. My great-grandparents and grandparents had lived into the 90s and early 100s. I didn't want to be lonely and dead in my 60s like my parents. So I decided to make some real changes. I started trying to get healthy. I started trying to move a bit more. I tried so many moves. First, I would try to follow some at-home exercise. It all seemed pointless, and I felt healthy. Still, I didn't. I also started therapy. I really started trying to work my self-image and learn to love myself. For once in my life, I wasn't going to the weight loss as a punishment or some sort of ordeal to be faced through the same fact. I strive to look at this as changing ways to take care of myself. That changing ways to be healthy is part of loving yourself, is taking proper care of yourself. Some may not agree with it, but I developed the mindset that the most body positive thing I could do would be to lose weight as part of becoming healthy. In the first 40 pounds came off pretty easily. It was simply changing my diet to be healthier with more home cooking and walking around a bit more. There wasn't anything special needed. However, it was in the low 230s that I started to stall. So after some time researching and learning more about keto and nutrition, I decided to start counting calories. I set a goal of 1,500 calories. I also started trying to not just walk, but to actually run as well. My first attempt at running was a failure. So was the second, and so was the 20th attempt. Finally, I went to a doctor, and I was diagnosed with exercise spasms, basically asthma that's only activated by physical activity. Did I give up? No. Past me would have, not anymore. I got a prescription for inhaler and kept trying to run. And meanwhile, I didn't just want to eat calories. I wanted to be healthy about it. After 200 a day, I really needed to focus on nutrition. I had thought my diet was good before, but drastically wrong now. I started focusing on getting all my nutrient needs. I learned to cook right, take it meals. I started packing lunch every day, and I kept at it. The running was getting better, and I was inconsistently going to the gym, and I really started to grow that.
You for the
I
day.
realized I really love to run. I love how it feels, and I love how different I feel compared to how I used to be. And now, today, 2 years later, I'm a completely different person. My entire diet has changed. My habits have changed. My life has changed. I went from a 273-pound sedentary active smoker with all sorts of health issues to being 136 pounds, a non-smoker, able to run 10 miles per day. I can spend an entire day lifting weights and still function tomorrow, and never feel afraid that I'm not physically able to do something. The things I learned made lifestyle changes. Don't do a temporary diet. As you plan on changes, ask yourself if this is a change that can be permanent. Your weight is a collection of all your current habits and diet. Your goal weight will be a collection of new habits and diets. The one exception to this is if you have a large amount of weight to lose. You're almost certainly going to have to count calories at some point. That probably won't be a permanent thing, but it will be something that you're going to have to do for a while. Exercise. Yes, you don't need exercise to lose weight, but it makes it easier. Plus, there have been multiple studies that show that exercise is needed to maintain weight loss, especially for large weight loss. You don't need to want it, but you do need to have an equivalent amount. Here's a video that talks about it. Also, exercise is really important for getting the body you want. I see people on here who post all the time that are my height and weight, yet are wearing clothes that are multiple sizes bigger and have a lot more stomach fat than I do now. Exercise is the key to finding the difference between being fit and healthy and being someone who ends up being skinny fat and needing to drop to excessively low weight to look at you. You don't have to do the gym and running, but find something that will keep you physically active. Find some sort of hobby you can do that gets you regularly moving. It really doesn't matter what it is, just find something. Nutrition, calorie counting, intermittent fasting, or anything else you use will help you lose weight. But if you want to be healthy, you have to think about your nutrition. You need to make changes to that, even start small. I did, and I let it build. But you got to get to a place where your diet is like 90% healthy and only 10% or less of junk food. Plus, proper nutrition will allow you to be a lot less hungry and a lot longer deficit. So, you know, it helps a lot when you're looking at a year or two having to be on a deficit every day.
Put me down and go.
If you deal with emotional issues, I sure did, then give therapy a try. Work on your mind as well as your body. The two are connected. If your mind is organized, then your body will be similar. Your diet will be similar. Your physical appearance will represent how you feel about yourself. I know this will be hard for many, but try to work towards a place where you love yourself. Try to find a way where you're doing this in love and caring for yourself. If you hate yourself and think of yourself as a failure or a loser, then you're going to fail. You've already decided that you'll fail before you even start. You're not a failure, you're not a loser. The fact that you're here and going about your day shows how strong you are. You can do this, and I truly hope that you can believe that you can. But most importantly, never give up. There will be setbacks. You will have times when you struggle. You're going to feel foolish and anxious. Starting at the gym will feel awkward. Some days your motivation will wane. You'll want to give up. Don't. Just keep going. Make it a habit. This is a part of your day. It's brushing your teeth. You do it every day because you need to. Remember, you live every moment of every day in your body. And that means you need to spend every day maintaining and caring for your body. 8 tips for weight loss. 1. Give yourself a goal deficit, but don't stress going over it. If you set a 1,000-calorie deficit, whether you end up with a 900 deficit or 100 deficit that day, you still lost weight. 2. Take a maintenance day or 2 every so often. It'll be time to recharge. 3. If you go over, it's okay. Track it and move on. Don't restrict extra in the next few days. All you did was add a couple days to the end goal. Will 1 year really be that different from 1 year and 2 days? 4. Learn to cook a few simple meals that can be easy to make. Focus on the things you love. I love rice bowls. Now I make homemade ones instead of takeout. It takes about 25 minutes to cook. That's really not that long or different than going somewhere, waiting in line, waiting for them to make it, and then coming home. 5. Choose the vegetables that you enjoy and make them a core part of your
Alright.
meals. You can do a long
2-minute break, and then it's alternating bicep curls, which I'm going to do with the 35s.
vegetables you like to be able to have
After my 2-minute break.
6. Make your own desserts. You'll know exactly what went in them, and therefore the calories count. Plus, homemade cookies are great for sharing and taste better. 7. I said it a few times, but I can't stress enough the importance of finding a physically active hobby that you love. It'll make all the difference. A bonus, transitioning to maintenance. A few weeks into maintenance, I experienced a period of intense hunger. It was beyond any level I experienced while losing weight. After much research, I found out that it is a side effect usually seen as part of ED recovery, where your body wasn't fed. There's not much of a long-term deficits to your body that's being researched, so that ended up being both the info that explained it. I had to watch my diet carefully for about a while, then the hunger went away. I don't know if everyone will experience this, but you may want to watch out for it when you switch to maintenance. But the good thing is that everything I've read in my experience is that it does go away eventually. As I've experimented with different styles of maintenance, I've discovered that some days I naturally feel less hungry, so I end up under-eating a bit. Other days I overeat. It all balances out though. And knowing that has been helpful in feeling a lot less afraid of eating too much. It all keeps balancing out, so I'm all good. Really, be careful about this one. I see a lot of people that seem to have a similar pattern after maintenance, and many natural and people do too. If you're not careful here, you can get into a pattern of binge and restrict. It's not healthy to do that. It can lead to a binge ED if you don't already have one. The first time you overeat after maintenance, try post restrict the next day. Eat at maintenance. If you're just not hungry, then that's fine, eat less. Just don't fall into the trap of a multiple thousand calorie binge, all 5 days of over 8,000 calories until you get into another binge. I almost did this, and I'm so glad I was still in therapy to talk about this prior to it becoming a bad habit. And tied to this is your mental health with exercise. Never do exercise and what you do will say you can eat. And yes, it does mean that you can eat more. I literally can eat the same amount of food I take. But it's a bad mindset. And what happens the first time you miss a day? When you're sick, when life gets in the way, are you not going to eat because you didn't exercise enough? Well, your body still needs food. Similarly, when you overeat, you can't just burn it off. You're not going to be able to do 2 to 3 hours of working out a day to make up for overeating. You're going to hurt yourself eventually. A much better mindset is that you eat so you can be active. And that's why you want to find something you love. Food becomes the fuel that lets you do what you enjoy. It's not the enemy. It also motivates you to keep good nutritional habits because it means that you figure acting hard better. You want that mindset that allows you to love what healthy food does to you so that you're not scared of eating. If you do find that activity you love, it'll be so much easier because once you're at maintenance, you'll start to see giant results in your accountability. I improved my running pace by almost 2 minutes within a month of going into maintenance. I became able to run a 5K in under 24 minutes, and that keeps me from restricting without fear. I can feel my performance suffer when I'm restricted now, and the feeling being physically fit is just too amazing. Like every day, I used to walk around feeling like a beat up multi-man. Now I walk around every day feeling like a brand new human. Last week,
One down, 3 to go.
you can always lose again. So don't be afraid to experiment with different styles of maintenance and just watch your weight. If you start tracking up, say 5 pounds above your goal line, then you can simply spend a couple of weeks at a deficit and be good again. It's really not that big of a deal. Worst case scenario is every few months, just spend a couple of weeks diving. Why be scared of that? And best of luck all.
And that brings us to the end of our walls. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like. Thank you for watching, and until next time, have a good one, Narwhals. Hey, Narwhals, I'm your host, Luke Narwhal, and today we're going to be reading Overweight People on Reddit. What are some things you have to deal with every day because of your weight? I'm overweight, and buying t-shirts is a pain. Either I buy one that is the proper length and is very tight, which shows off my washed out abs, or I buy a huge size that reaches my knees and makes me look like I'm bigger than I am. God, pants are the worst for me. Right length, wrong size. Right size, wrong length. Right size and length, horrible color. Right size, waist and color doesn't actually fit because of the brand. I used to weigh 225 pounds in high school. The biggest daily struggle is in the simple way people treat me. I only noticed this after I became skinny for the first time in my life. People actually respond to you and treat you with more respect. They don't give you this look and this attitude like you're less than them. It's sad but true. I lost 50 pounds in high school. People treated me a lot nicer afterwards. The worst part was the biggest difference was in my parents. I'm incredibly paranoid about my hygiene and how I smell. I shower every morning and rinse off at night. I always do my hair and makeup, and the night before I regularly have an outfit picked out. There's never a day when I can just throw an outfit together. Feeling crappy, want to wear sweatpants to class. Too bad. People will think you're even more lazy. You already are because you can't get your fat bum to the gym. Leggings, great that. No one wants to see your thighs and other holes in that material. Baggy sweatshirts might as well not exist because trying to hide what everyone knows is the worst form of denial. And then there's the smell. When obese people sweat, it's not the natural release of pheromones that healthy people are seeking. It's right. It's embarrassing. And I know it. I wear perfume, deodorant, and I keep an air freshener in my closet so my clothes smell nice. I fear meeting people on a hot day because I know that the first thing they might catch wind of is my body odor. Wet wipes and a small bottle of perfume are in every one of my purses. As it goes, online dating is awful. You attempt to put up your most flattering picture, but then people feel tricked when they meet you. If you're honest about your weight, people assume you're desperate enough for company that you'll have next right away. Online dating can be a nightmare. From the fact that I'll met an awesome man on OkCupid, hang in there. Ignore the creeps that are just in it for next. My boyfriend is actually a former fatty himself. He lost the weight before we met and has been super supportive of my recent diet, keto. The confidence. It destroys your confidence. Body image is such a huge issue, especially for women. I try to go to the gym, but seeing skinny girls in there working out in their yoga pants sometimes giving me a side eye, always makes me stop coming back. I've cried in a gym bathroom before. It's this catch-22 of needing the confidence to go to the gym, but needing to lose weight to give you that confidence. I started finding ways to work out that don't involve using any machines whatsoever because I hate the gym so much. Sitting on public transportation, airplanes, and any seating that doesn't have solid dividers. We know you don't want to sit beside a fat person, but trust me, we're trying to take up as little space as possible, to the point of doing some pretty impressive contortion and or making ourselves get uncomfortable in the process. Anyone else here sitting on the wrong halfway up the wall in a plane? Doctors never take me seriously. I was once told that only overweight people suffer from headaches and migraines, and that if I lost
Bicep curls
my
done.
headaches would miraculously disappear.
All that's left is the
Meanwhile,
kneeling
my
rows,
mother, who's not overweight,
which I'm gonna do with
suffered from migraines and debilitating
kettlebell.
headaches.
It's 8 reps per each arm, 4 sets.
They hate you, and they can know nothing about you except that you're fat, and they can just absolutely hate you. This is maybe not unexpected, but it's certainly not thought about much, but it is absolutely exhausting being fat. Sometimes I barely have the energy to get out of bed and do basic things. You can possibly be at a stage where you've lost 50 pounds and still on track to losing more, and you're indulging in burger one day as a treat, and no one will let you enjoy it. Strangers will condemn you for being fat and eating something unhealthy. Friends and family will try to talk you out of it because you are on a diet. Why would you really want your work like that? And they're much more critical of my food choices than they are of their own.
Quick question. Do you want to do another
But some of my coworkers live in
diet
diet
challenge with me for
much.
lunch?
They just eat less of it. And I
Just
don't
curious.
want to help you. They people will
So we got like a
lose
lose
weight if you're so fat and they don't know you well. They assume you're just not trying. Honestly, I'm big, but I'm not huge. The main problem I have is people always telling me I'm fat, but sugarcoating it. Just saying, God damn it, it's not like I'm going to sit on you. I have a couple bigger friends who will say things like, ugh, this dress makes me feel fatter, or I'm not going to be able to fit it. I'm a big girl. No one knows how to respond to statements like this. I'm not going to lie and say that you're skinny, but at the same time, I don't want to nod and say, yep, you're fat. Dealing with the constant stream of criticisms and remarks about my weight, I'm terrified to eat at home because of this. And being at work, I feel like I'm constantly being judged by the members and coworkers. I'm the only person who works there who is overweight. The worst had to be when I waited in line for almost 2 hours for a roller coaster, and then had to get off and exit in front of a huge crowd because the restraint wouldn't come down over me. I'm 6'4", 290 pounds. The walk of shame while I left my wife to ride alone was very embarrassing. I'm not obese, but I am overweight, and I'm working on getting healthier. However, the hardest thing for me is the lack of opportunities to show your inner self. You know how they say that first impressions are lasting impressions? Well, because of my weight, other people tend to develop that first impression of me before I even have a chance to speak. It is hard to make friends friends, which is why I don't have that many. When people judge you, before they even get to know you, that for me is the hardest part. I want people to get to know and true me. Unfortunately, all they see is the outside and then look away. Clothes is the issue of me. I carry my weight around my stomach and hips, but I have no bum. Pants that fit me through the hips are stovepipes on my relatively skinny legs and keep sliding off my butt. And forget dresses. If I can find one that fits my chest and hips, it falls off my shoulders. Fat people clothes are ugly. This would be my only major motivating factor for losing weight, so that clothes shopping wasn't such an ordeal. Finding flattering, attractive clothes is tricky, but not too big of an issue. Ignoring hurtful, though sometimes well-meant little remarks from friends, family members, totally strangers is harder, but also manageable. Personally, the fact that the man I've been in love with for the better part of a decade will most likely keep me friend zone forever is the real problem in heartbreaker. As someone who's always struggled with weight, the hardest thing I've had to deal with is probably the hypocrisy you face on a daily basis. I go to the gym and jog 3 times a week because I do want to be healthy, but still get strangers and thumbholes mocking me for my size. Like, bring on, I'm doing this for myself, but it's still extremely difficult to motivate myself to face that every day. Poking fun at an overweight person in the gym is the ultimate frustration of picking on somebody to make yourself feel better. Ignore those idiots, as they obviously haven't matured past their grade. Oh, and I almost forgot this one. Since my weight is mostly in my tummy, for whatever ungodly reason, I get asked if I'm pregnant a lot, at least once every 2 weeks, and it doesn't matter what I'm wearing. I could be in jeans and a t-shirt, a sundress, a bathing suit, or a business suit. It's happened to me wearing all those things and more. It used to make me cry a lot, but I guess I'm used to it. I even had people come touch my belly and say things like, "Oh, how far along are you?" I just stood there in horror and shock that A, even if I was pregnant, how dare you touch me? I hear it happens though from my friends with kids. And B, I wasn't that pregnant. Once I told a person that no, I was not pregnant. And they actually argued with me. Are you sure? Because you look pregnant. I mean, there has to be a baby in there. No, ma'am, I'm just fat. I think you need to take a test. So I just snapped back. I hadn't been dancing over a year then, and she had the nerve to be offended by that. But at least she walked away. You have no idea. This seriously makes me die a little inside whenever it happens. The subconscious act of putting something, a bag, jacket, etc., over your stomach when sitting down lasts uncomfortably through a series of flashbacks. Former morbidly obese person, now just overweight, not fitting through spaces easily. You see a gap between tables in a restaurant? Yeah, I'm not going to fit through that. A cafe with chairs that have arms? Yeah, I'm not going to be able to sit down there. And just the feeling that always taking up space and getting away. When a lift stopped for me over the limit, I felt like all eyes were on me, and then just not realizing
Two
how
down,
bad it
two
had
to
gone,
go.
just how big I really was. That being fat is the first thing people judge you by. In theory, that's about as far as it goes. Chub rub. That's when the fat on your inner thighs rub together when walking and gets chafed. To add on to this, having to buy a new pair of pants because the upper thigh area is worn through from your thighs rubbing together. That people think you're stupid, incapable, or somehow unable to have any talent. I draw for a living. I'm bad and rather ugly. I can't count the number of times people have admired the work around me, then ask me directly, me being the only one of the group, who did it. When I tell them it's all mine, they act like a miracle worker, or like they just discovered some idiot's law. Someone who's fat obviously can't do anything other than eat, right? Ugly can only make ugly things too. Worse than that, my group is next to a pretty person, will look directly past me to them, then ask if all this, indicating their group of mine, is theirs. It hurts a bit. But the constant and ultimately futile effort of trying new tricks to not look fat, it's exhausting, and everyone still sees you as exactly the way you are, even if they have no opinion on it. Stripes make me look thinner? No, they don't. That color looks better on my figure? No, it doesn't. Baggier black clothes hide my rolls? Nope. I only realized how much this took over my life after losing weight. I ended up losing 70 pounds over the last couple of years, and that stuff is still massively ingrained in my brain. I still catch myself tugging in my shirt in the gym so no one sees that I'm hiding rolls. I still suck at my stomach in photos or position myself in an
That proves my body is hidden. I even make self-deprecating jokes about my weight and I realize I sound like an idiot because there's no people there that are bigger than me. I also still buy overly big t-shirts that don't even come close to my figure. The feeling you get when you're getting dressed for the day, you start to realize that no matter what you wear, you still look unattractive for society. It's like this sinking
We got
feeling
one to
that
go.
makes no one to attempt to look good for that day. I feel like even if you smile at me, you're secretly wondering how much I weigh. Yeah, I used to only wear leggings for the longest time because I didn't want to know what my jean size was. I also lived for flowy shirts, plaid shirts, and hoodies, anything to hide myself. I can't wait for the day when I can wear cute off-putting tops and sundresses again. I love dressing nice and putting makeup. If I didn't even feel good about myself while doing that, then why would I waste my time? When you're feeling insecure, you remember that you're also fat, so you feel fat and insecure, making you feel even worse. Flying on an airline is never comfortable, ever. The last time I flew, my ticket was for a window seat. I made sure to empty my bladder ahead of time and had everything I needed for flight in hand before buckling in. I didn't want to be a hassle for the normal-sized people in the two seats next to me. The first guy finds a seat, and I'm relieved to see he's very skinny. We make small talk for a minute or two, and the skinny girl stops at our aisle. I'm relieved to see that I'm looking to Anna Planets in the aisle, but she looks disgusted and angry. She turns and walks up to a flight attendant, and I can hear her asking if there's any open seats on the flight, while exasperatingly gesturing towards me. Everyone around me was looking at me. I'll never fly again. You have to be funny for people to like you. If you're serious at all, people are not funny. It's annoying how the fat guy can't be serious and has to be funny when it's both. I
Alright.
use them. The
2
fat
minute
guys
break
are
and it's on
always
to the abs.
but I feel it's now
Day 22 done.
That's how it's supposed to be. I never thought liking my bum would be a hassle, but
Yeah, it's
here
time.
we are.
Day 23 today.
Arms don't grow longer to compensate. It just takes longer, but damn if it's not irritating. You sweat at the slightest provocation. You literally don't have to move at all. The wind might die down a little, and someone will ask, "Are you okay?" Because you started sweating. Exasperated sighs because you've heard this from well-meaning people hundreds of times are not your friend. You get real quick after the polite smile, gentle shake of the hand, "I'm fine, thank you," routine. Carry a hanky, bandana, or something. Being short and fat makes clothes shopping an absolute nightmare. Nothing is really made for you. Being a gentleman, I hold open doors and allow people to pass by dealers and shops and such. While seeing people grimace, turn around and find another way/door because I'm fat, maybe a little too in the way, is such a disheartening thing. Next time is lights off. No questions. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to be seen, it's that I don't want to see. Okay, unique one here, but encountering smelly people. As a fat guy, I do twice as much maintenance to maintain my personal hygiene, twice as much brushing, or deodorant, or for showers, etc. So if I just so happen to be standing next to a smelly, skinny guy, people always assume it's me. I can't blame them for assuming that. It's a reasonable deduction. Still frustrating though. And that brings us to the end of walls. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like and subscribing for more stories. After tapping subscribe, you'll join our awesome policy community for your walls, and you'll be updated for future videos that help you stay on track for your weight loss. And thanks again to those who are already subscribed. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. This has been your host, Narwhal. And until next time, have a good one, Narwhals. Hey, Narwhals, and welcome back to some more weight loss stories. Only a small percentage of our viewers actually subscribe. It's free and you get to join our paper, so please tap subscribe to join the original 200K Narwhals. When I stopped trying to follow Vegas diet advice and started making my own rules with Insecure, my life changed. I've been trying to lose weight my entire life through different programs. Sometimes I'm more successful than others, but usually I lose about 20 pounds and then give up. This time though, I've stuck with it. I've lost over 40 pounds and still feeling super motivated.
For the first time in my life, it doesn't feel like a diet, it actually feels sustainable. I'm doing calories in, calories out, but I've added in a few changes from my past diets that have made all the difference in the world to me this time around. My favorite thing about Zika is that it's just basic math, so it's adaptable to everyone's individual lifestyles and choices. After years of reading books and magazines that tell me exactly how I should be dieting and then failing miserably, here's some of the
One down,
most
there you go.
initial changes I made for me that have changed my life. One, I've stopped eating breakfast. For me, I hate breakfast. I've been this way my entire life. I'm never hungry in the mornings and don't even think about food until lunchtime. When I'm not dieting, I never have breakfast. I usually start eating around 12 to 1 p.m. But for some reason, every time I start a new diet, I think, okay, I'm dieting, and society says that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So it's time to force down 300 calories of oatmeal every morning. Why? It made me miserable. I never enjoyed it, and it just felt like wasted calories to me. And it was. Then this time around, I decided I wasn't going to force breakfast on myself. And now I have my coffee in the morning and start eating at lunch. Not only am I much happier, but I have more calories to spend later in the day, and I lose weight. And two, I've stopped eating calories that I don't enjoy. When I think of healthy food choices, I think of yogurt, granola, egg whites, kale, fish, oatmeal smoothies, etc. I don't like any of those foods, and yet I would always force myself to eat them because they're healthy and I'm dieting. This time, I let myself eat whatever I want, so long as it's in my calorie range. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm always eating crap. I love chicken, beef, broccoli, potatoes, bell peppers, quinoa, etc. I'm just not forcing down superfoods that I don't enjoy. And this also comes into play when I'm having treats. If I don't really want it, I won't bother with it, and I'll save my calories for something that I really want. A example, the other day my roommate was making waffles and offered to make me one. I like waffles, who doesn't, but they're not my favorite. So I decided to pass because it's not something that I really want. Literally that same day at work, someone brought me donuts, which are my favorite food in the entire world. And so, did I have one? Hell yes, and I enjoyed every bite. In the past, I would have just eaten everything, and it's such a big step for me to be more mindful of whether or not I actually want what I'm eating. And three, I stopped trying to force myself to love salads, and I found a new way to love veggies. I just don't like salads. Never have, never will. It's just not my thing. In the past, I've always forced myself to eat salads, or to at least have a salad on the side, and I hated it. Now, I never force myself to have salads, but I've learned that I love roasted veggies. Throw literally any veggie on a pan in the oven with some salt and olive oil, and OMG, it's so delicious to me. And so I've been doing that instead. I'm getting tons of veggies in and enjoying the salad my life. And this girl has not touched one salad this entire diet, and I'm down 40 pounds, y'all. Before, I worked my favorite treat into my calories once a week, so I never feel deprived. I love going out and getting my coffee. I'm talking about those Starbucks iced coffees that cost half a paycheck, fresh off espresso, and a pump of vanilla. But they're so good. In past diets, Starbucks was on the banished list of foods. I would see pictures of people with sugary coffees from cafes and think they don't even know how lucky they are. Dramatic much? However, now once a week I look forward to my treat. I just work it into my calories. It's all about moderation. Anyways, I know health experts will probably cringe at some of the stuff I said, but the reality is sustainability is so much more important than anything else. I don't eat the perfect foods. I don't eat at the perfect times. And you can't pay me to miss out. But I'm happier, I'm healthier, and I'm losing weight. And most importantly, this doesn't feel like a diet. For the first time in my entire lifelong struggle with dieting weight loss, I feel like I figured out a healthy relationship and routine with this. And just thought I would share my story and encourage everyone to really take the time to individualize their plan to what works for them. Good luck, everyone. And this is all solid advice. Seago can be every bit as unsustainable as everything else if you're using a developed program that you won't maintain. I have a few hard and fast rules just based on what I've experienced while losing. I think it's the only way I'll ever keep the weight off. Can you share some rules that you'll set for yourself? And definitely going to use yours and I'll piece
Down to go.
ideas. I have three big ones. One, if I drink, I'm going over my calories. At the moment I've had even a beer, I know I'm going to eat something dumb. I didn't drink every day before starting, so this one is a huge deal to me. And two, carbs don't fill me up. Pasta, bread, cakes, etc. are just not worth it for me. I'm not looking for anything to replace them either. For example, instead of a lasagna, I'm much rather do meatballs with sauce and cheese and grilled broccolini on the side. This isn't solely a calorie thing, I'm just not a huge fan of pasta and bread. I realize that's insane to a lot of people, but really taking inventory of how I feel about foods has helped a ton. I'll start freeing up a bowl of grits or a plate of fries. And three, I'm looking for 30 to 40% of my calories to come from fresh veg. It challenges me as a cook and makes certain I'm getting my vitamins and fiber, and it makes it impossible to overeat. And it's delicious. This is why I failed twice seeing actual dietitians. On paper, a dietitian is supposed to give you a plan that fits your way of eating, but healthier. But all they did was put me on extremely low-calorie diets with idiotic breakfasts I had never had in my life. But when I told both I don't want breakfast, one told me I was not confident enough to decide what to eat or to eat. The other said skip it and see then. Because Seco and the calorie counting app is the best way to go. You make mistakes, but you keep learning for yourself. It's disgusting how the medical field treats overweight individuals. My experience with a nutritionist, granted not a dietitian, but someone who was supposed to help me, was her assuming I sat around all day eating basically Twinkies and potato chips. She said things like, instead of ice cream, have yogurt. To which I replied, but I don't eat ice cream, which she pretty much ignored by smiling and nodding. And the classic coup de grace and underhanded things to say to an overweight person. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel once you start eating healthy. I figured out by myself that my actual problem was portion control, and I found ways to deal with it on my own. So much for the idea that you just need to visit your doctor for help with weight loss. And this is literally the way. I lost my weight 10 years ago, and I've kept in great shape with this concept. It's really similar to personal finance. You have about 2,000 calories to spend each day, and you need to spend them in a way that keeps you lean, only 2,000 calories. You can overspend, but you need to pay it back. Conversely, you can put calories in the bank with calorie deficits if you want to spend calories on vacation and holidays. It keeps you relatively healthy. You can spend 600 calories a month with a massive Starbucks muffin or 3 simple cookies. Or you can have 2 poached eggs and bacon on toast. The latter will make you feel better and fuller during the day, but the other two will make you fatter. It keeps you sane. And my favorites are Chick-fil-A, about 800 calories. If I want to squeeze that into my calories, it just means cutting into the snack budget, or eating a small breakfast, lunch, and that's easy. The best part of your situation is when you reach your goal weight, suddenly you'll have a lot more calories to spend. But that could mean that you can work that Starbucks drink into your everyday routine if you really wanted to, LOL. But the vast majority of people who don't believe in Seco or can't comprehend it will be blown away as soon as you add sugars,
We got one to go.
such as the superpower that is Seco. And there is so much truth to this. I also hate cooking these days because I have some really weird food intolerances, which mean that making a full meal isn't really an option. So my twist is that I don't bother with meals. If I'm hungry, I eat a thing that fits my calorie goals and tolerances. And if that thing happens to be frozen and pre-processed, well, that just makes logging the calories a lot easier. The last time I tried to lose weight, I tried to do it only the popular goals of healthy, whole foods, well-balanced meals. And that just doesn't work for me. So now I'm starting over yet again. And this time, I'm just eating what works for me, not worrying about judgment from other people. Same, literally everything you said. I think it looks weird. I have found that I seem to do much better forcing myself to eat breakfast. But we are all different and should figure out what works best for us. I have some early, never eat breakfast, and I really don't get hungry until around 11 a.m. or so. The problem I found is that by the time 11 a.m. rolls around, I feel hungry, work is often in the way. So by the time I can actually eat, all I care about is shoving down convenient food quickly. And it usually results in failing at my meal and oversleeping for easy. And usually that means eating too much as well. Lately, I've been planning a 3 hour breakfast in between 8 and 9 a.m. and that really helps me. I eat some coconut oats, make it quick to a omelet usually. And this is helped keep me from getting too hungry by lunchtime, which in turn makes it easier to stick to my lunch and not overeat. The key for me seems to be to let myself get too hungry before I eat. I think for managing my breakfast, it's fine. But I work at home with company for a time zone and rarely get well-time lunch breaks, so I think I have to try and keep ahead when I'm hungry. I know how experts would find cringe at some of the stuff I said. This is what's crazy to me. Everything you say is reasonable and driven by a desire to enjoy food and lose weight in a way that is sustainable for you. Experts and regular Joe Schmoes always have something to say about how people lose weight, but it's so rare that these people think long term. Sure, I can alter my diet to cut 20 pounds really fast, but where does that lead me? If sustainability is not part of the process, you cannot expect to maintain results, and sustainability looks different for everyone. Good for you for finding what works for you and sticking to it. Keep at it. And this is all great advice and a great outlook on changing your diet. A diet is a lifestyle. It's not drinking green smoothies twice a day, having a small meal at 5 p.m., and not eating after 8 p.m. That's not life, and definitely not sustainable. My trainer once told me carbs are not the enemy, and it really changed how I looked at my meals. I love pasta, bread, and cereal, so I haven't completely cut those off, maybe not lose weight half the time. However, I'm eating whatever I want, working out 1 to 2 hours a day, and keeping with my caloric goals. Hey, guess what? I lost about 20 pounds so far. I still something like veggie
Nice.
powder. I still cook regular bacon. I still tend to have a piece of chocolate after dinner and enjoy doing it all without thinking, is this sustainable? And that brings us to the end of our list. Please tap subscribe to join the original 200K list. And lastly, who's our featured narwhal of the day? About 2 years and down 111 pounds.
All right. Windshield wipers. I don't think I need to.
Hey, narwhals and heroes of the narwhal and say that reading one
Rest 2 minutes for the windshield
wipers
wipers.
to lose weight. Last summer, I was 8 pounds, 36 kg. I was amazed how little I would run out of breath. I was able to go up flights of stairs, my friends would be out of breath. It felt amazing. I stated this above, but when I went on hikes with my already in shape friends, I would zoom up hills and have energy and breath to spare while they were chugging air. Your endurance from carrying all that weight before gets applied to a smaller volume. It feels so great to keep up and not pass people. Keep it up. The biggest benefit that I didn't see coming was how easy it is to dry off. After a shower or bath or whatever, it's kind of a pain to get all that skin dry. You have more crevices from running out. It takes no time at all. You have less you to go around. Better mix, even after just a few pounds lost. Bonus, strength training makes everything better too. Buying clothes is not only cheaper, but easier. So many more options and styles. I guess it's down to say that this was unexpected, but I was able to run for the first time. I lost weight without ever exercising. I just ate less. One day, a friend wanted to go for a jog, and I went along. I couldn't believe how far I could make it without dying. I still hate it, but it was nice.
All right. Windshield wipers. This is 12.
This unique program combines the dynamic ministry of God's Word, the discussion of contemporary issues, and the demonstration of God's power. Now, here's Gary Greenwald.
Hello, I'm Gary Greenwald, and over the past several years, the Eagles Nest Ministries has exposed certain things like rock and roll music, Dungeons and Dragons, marijuana, and even the New Age movement. And now
One
we
down,
feel
there
is
you go.
another attack upon our society. If I say something like wicked witches and demon clouds and spell books, and even the zone of eternal evil, what comes to mind? What do you think of? You think of a coven of witches or a seance? Watch now.
Wicked witches, demon clouds? Where do I start, Mr. Bengal?
You start by getting that spell book before those foolish witches destroy the world.
We've got some witches to destroy. You come on with us, Mr. B.
I'm afraid I cannot.
Like, we're not into witches either, sir. We'll stick with you.
If you wish, I'm going to hunt down that demon mist in the zone of eternal evil where the darkest spirits are trapped.
Like on second thought, send us a
watching this documentary called Turmoil in the Toy Box. Like they legit actually believe that a lot of cartoons and toys back in the 80s were satanic and demonic and all this other stuff like Scooby Doo and the Smurfs and all that. It's hilarious.
You know, we've been watching a Scooby-Doo cartoon, and it's amazing to me to see what's being brought forth in a cartoon. We've seen spell books, occultic amulets, we saw crystal ball, astral projection to the evil zone, all of this in a children's cartoon. Now, I've got a guest today. His name is Phil Phillips. He's from Texas. He has been involved in missions work in his life, and he has now felt called to study the effects of cartoons and children's toys and even TV programs upon our children today. And I'd like to introduce a young man named Phil. God bless you, and it's good to see you. Pleasure being here today. Now, Phil, I'll tell you what, 14 years ago, Scooby-Doo was a lot different than what we see today, and I could hardly recognize it. Can you tell me what's going on in this cartoon? Yes, there's a vast movement toward the occult within the cartoon and toy industry. Most people don't realize that 80% of all cartoons deal directly with the occult. And 40% of the toys on the market have occultic influence, and these are the most popular. And these toys are actually a mirror of the cartoons. Is that correct? Right. They're released together as a form of marketing, where the toys and the cartoons are released together to create this popularity for the toys. Now, you have a concern. I know that all of this is affecting our youth, and I wanted to know if you feel that there are a lot of children that are being influenced by the cartoons they watch. Oh, yes. Take, for instance, a cartoon like He-Man and Masters of the Universe. It can be seen as many as 31 times a week in an area, for the viewing audience as much as 16 million children each time it's aired. And so we're seeing a vast effect on the whole United States and other countries around the world through these cartoons. Millions of children are watching occultic cartoons and then going out and buying occultic toys. Now, could we say that there is witchcraft and occultic practices that are actually being portrayed in these cartoons? Oh, yes. The witchcraft and occult practices are not make-believe. They're taken from actual witchcraft, actual pagan religion, meditation, mind control, astral projection, and other forms of witchcraft ceremonies are portrayed within the cartoons. All of these things are portrayed in the cartoons? Yes, pretty much so. Well, then we could suspect that there's some kind of a spiritual force behind these things to program our children. Oh, yes. The children receive this in a very different light than we do. Well, before we talk about that, let's go into another Scooby-Doo cartoon, and let's see some of the occultic and witchcraft influences that are very much blatant in this cartoon. Let's go into Scooby-Doo again here.
Three down on the go.
So you're the evil mist. But how did you wind up in the zone?
I was swept here by a spectral wind after I escaped your chest of demons.
Actually, I think I'm turn it because I don't want my post to get flagged.
Never were you myself.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Hey, Narwhals, it's your host, Narwhal here, back again with another video. Obese predators who lost the weight. What surprised you the most? If you haven't subscribed yet, our subscribers are known as the Narwhals, inspired by the brave unicorn of the sea. I'd encourage you to subscribe and join the original 10,000 Narwhals. Now let's dive right in. Crab's cold. Crab's so freaking cold. The sea is cold. The stone is cold. Everything is so freaking cold. Me too. I'm so freaking cold all the time, even if I'm under like 15 blankets. The worst crap is when you're waiting for a bus and the old lady is sitting on the bench and moves to ask you to sit. What the frig is wrong with you people? It's freaking freezing. When will the sun come soon? I lost 80 pounds last year, and two things really stuck out. The first was realizing my thighs no longer touched. I couldn't, for the life of me, figure out why my legs felt so weird all the time. They were cold and kind of gangly, like they weren't quite sure what to do sometimes. It finally hit me. I was learning how to walk all over again, since my thighs were constantly compressed together. It threw off my entire world. Second, I work in the healthcare field, and people take me so much more seriously now. Even though I educate on postpartum health, mostly chest feeding, mental health support, attachment, etc., there is an enormous difference in how seriously it's taken compared to before the weight loss. There's a very real bias against overweight folks. It was weird how it played out before me. I went from overweight obese to almost underweight. I always thought my life would be perfect to make my social problems what we saw. I could
Finish your life is done.
I was wrong. So wrong. I also thought that I loved all the positive attention about my looks, but it really just makes me super anxious. It also kind of pisses me off how much better I'm treated now than I considered hot. Fat people really do get treated like dirt. I still see a fat person in the mirror. I don't think of myself as thin. It feels weird when I fit into smaller spaces and people call me little. My clothes are always way too big because I still reach for clothes that hide my body because I have absolutely no idea what I look like. How much better
Run the bell on the back
I was
extension.
technically just on the border of overweight and obese, so I was never debilitated with overweight. But it was like I was suddenly on the Enterprise, and doors were whooshing open for me before I even got to them. When I'm chilling on the right or left side, my knees touch. It's weird. Also, a lot of skin that goes all the ways, and there's no chance to hide it. I've lost 75 pounds so far. I've been actively dating, and on my dating app profiles, I keep a fairly up-to-date body shot. I realized I hadn't taken one in a while since losing this weight. I have about 100 to go, and I put on the same outfit as my current body shot. I just stood there gawking at myself because I didn't even look like the same person in that dress. It's vaguely the most inappropriate people wear now. I just sat on the end of my bed, staring at the side-by-side I created. So I'd say the biggest surprise was the fact that I didn't even notice the physical size difference. I've been so head down focused on healthy habits and my eating that the actual loss of mass hadn't occurred to me. Now, no one is willing to ever say, have you considered your weight is dangerous? But seeing the thing about commenting on your weight loss is absolutely okay. I was told I
Back
wasn't
extension
eating,
done.
was too restrictive, exercise
I'm gonna
too
take a
much,
2-minute break and then I'm gonna do
a lot
the
of
hollow
stuff.
holds and then we'll be done.
But not a single person mentioned that my weight was slowly killing me. Wasn't obese per se, but I definitely lost a good deal of weight right before high school. I'd say what surprised me was that I still felt and thought like I was fat, even though I clearly wasn't, and the overwhelming amount of 8 people who now wanted to be my friend/date me. To this day, I think that was one of the most eye-opening experiences of my life. One, how tough it is to see yourself the same way others now do. I've always had the feeling that I'm much larger than I currently am. And two, how much bigger my daughter is. I've lost about 100 pounds in the I've lost about 60 pounds over the last 7 years, slow and steady wins the race, and now weigh 165 pounds. I'm a 5'10", 25-year-old guy. Noticed a bunch of things. One, there's an observable relationship between my weight and the weight of girls who are interested in me. Two, I can jump, run, and walk upstairs without turning into a sweaty mess. I still go around and jump on things because I now can. It feels great. Three, I've come to realize that how much of my lot in life is tied to my appearance. Clothes do make the man, and I'm burdened by the knowledge that being skinny is objectively better in almost every way. But four, being skinny is not a panacea for all that goes in life. I'm still awkward at times. I'm still a numball at times. I'm still lazy. I'm not suddenly charismatic and socially brilliant. Losing weight really is just one thing I need to improve in my life. It's not a total solution. 5. Staying skinny requires a complete and perpetual lifestyle transformation. I don't eat sweets. I don't eat fast food. I don't keep snack foods in my house. I don't drink Coke or other sugary beverages. I don't drink alcohol other than vodka soda. If I slip up, I gain weight, and so I have to be constantly vigilant. 6. I'm bummed, and it now hurts to sleep on my side because my hips dig into the bed, whereas my back provided another cushiony layer. 7. I was really fat. I've lost 60 pounds and I'm still pudgy. I often ask myself why I allowed myself to get so fat. And then I remember chocolate milk. Delicious, fattening chocolate milk. TLDR, losing weight is a 10 out of 10 experience. We'll do it again. I'm sure this comment will get buried, but I hope someone sees it. The biggest surprise was how easily it comes back. I have lost 100 plus pounds twice, but I never fixed what was wrong in my head, so I'm back to square one again. It probably incredibly closer to dying of a heart attack because of it. Don't get complacent. You have a lifetime of bad habits to overcome.
Get a therapist. Figure out why you self-medicate. Don't assume successful weight loss is permanent. Please do what you can to take care of your mind. No matter how invincible you feel after losing weight, you aren't partly sinking back into that fix your mind. That's the only chance you have to make real permanent change. I dropped 70 pounds. Let me tell you what, using the bathroom is better now. I don't have bad hands for a bum anymore, so I found myself wiping much less nowadays. That was a nice change. Also, I'm not winded after a flight of stairs anymore, and my banana got a little bigger. Everyone seems happier to see me, which is kind of pretty cool. To be fair, this also happens if you're partly plain looking and then put on makeup. People are always so weirdly happy to meet you, but normally no strangers will come up and happily start talking to you. Being treated better, not just by the opposite gender, but by men as well. Everyone just treats you better. It really is life on easy mode being normal sized. I still have social anxiety though, so I haven't been able to capitalize much. It completely changed my life, my work, my friendships, usually for the better, I must say, but sometimes for the worse. Being fat made me invisible, which was comforting. Oddly, I don't really feel like people look at it. If I look at it objectively, I can see why. Right now, I still feel like the same I was. When I close my eyes, I see myself as the big guy, not as the curved guy. The way you were treated was totally different. Totally. I was at 242 pounds and dropped down to 108. Once I got a new wardrobe and started taking care of myself, I got said hi to all the time. I think it might be a confidence thing too. I walk better, I have better posture, I smile more. I would not trade my experience, and the only thing I would have changed is getting in shape sooner. But, oh well, at least I did something about it. Noticing guys checking me out and then hitting on me. I used to weigh 185 pounds and I'm 4'11", so I was kind of big. Lost 60 pounds and now size 6. It's weird because I spent the first 25 to 27 years of my life as a bigger girl. Now that I'm skinny, I notice those types of things. I got my first boyfriend too, which is something I honestly thought would never happen for me. I'm so happy I finally made the change, or I know I'm as miserable as I was before. Also, yes, I get cold faster, and there's one of the few things I hate about being skinny. My God, I get cold in like seconds, whereas before, I was never cold. I lost a bit over 100 pounds from 2009 to 2010. 5 years later, I am still skeptical every time a girl tells me I'm hot or handsome, or whatever word they want to use. I never really heard that kind of stuff when I was a hand plant. Like, knowing that I have an sex appeal to some women out there is possibly the biggest confidence boost. It sounds shallow, but knowing someone wants to next me because I'm attractive is a different feeling altogether than someone that sleeps with me because they develop feelings or whatever. Obviously, the latter part is more important to the long term, but the first part is the ego booster for sure. My feet went from normal 7.5 to barely a 6. I knew I was fat, but geez. Also, bad girl mind hits me for a body. Still have a bit of anxiety when it comes to shopping. I still think I can't shop at normal size people clothing stores. I always end up buying stuff 2 sizes too big and have to return them. I used to always think that if I just lost all the weight, everything would be better. I still have the same issues. I just don't breathe as heavy as it did back then. I was 245 pounds, now I'm 129. Excess breaking the skin. I lost a ton of weight when I was around 17. I was looking forward to being comfortable and taking my shirt off at the beach, pool, etc. Nope, I just had a new problem to worry about. Luckily, I was only 17 and overreacting. It took me a while to realize the health benefits and find my stride, but I realized it was an issue that I could deal with, and I'm a much happier person now. For me, it was realizing that being slim was not the only key to being happy. When you're fat, you'll think that all your problems will be gone, but you become slim. Guess what? Not. Sure, I'm more confident, but I learned that other issues in life do not just disappear with the extra pounds. No, but it's still one less problem that you had before, and often it gives you the energy to take care of the problems you still have. Sadly, I'm experiencing this problem inside. Used to be very athletic, etc. Now I've put on a lot of weight. In 3 months, I've seen laziness. I'm not even morbidly obese, just overweight. People treat me worse by default. Girls, generally speaking, won't give you a second look or even smile at you. Those were the days. I'm sorry you have to go through that. If it helps you at all, weight loss happens in the kitchen. Fitness happens in the gym, so you don't need to be in tip-top physical shape to lose actual weight.
People are nicer. People generally want to hear what you have to say. Dating gets a whole lot easier. Plus, you get so much
Almost
more
done.
at Mix. Everyone gravitates towards
Always
you.
the
And
toughest.
promotions and career advancement are
All
abundant.
right. I'll see you tomorrow for leg day.
Now I'm 170. Everything is just so much easier.
Peace.
Also, with so much energy. People I hadn't seen for a while failed to recognize me.